Welcome back to the review of Black Cake. This is the season finale, episode 8, season 1. So now we're going back in time again. And we back in time because Coffee Mother, I had to talk about this. Coffee Mother gave birth to Coffee in the damn woods. Cause the her friend was literally the midwife, so she helped her deliver the baby. But I just thought that was outrageous. I'm like, okay. And then when the baby came out, she's like, "You got beautiful black straight hair." It's like, you worrying about that? You literally gave birth in the woods. But yeah, back in time. My sis had no epidural. Like, my sis was thugging it out and gave birth in the woods. I'm like, okay, you a different level of survival. I don't know what to say about that. This is very, 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 very different. Okay. Now we back from out of time, and now we back into the outer limits. So now we back, and now we see Coffee older, and she is, the sickness have got to her. The tumor is getting to her, and you can tell she's going to be passing away pretty soon. So while she's in the kitchen, she's about to start baking her famous black cake. Byron's in the house, and he ends up coming in the kitchen and stuff, and he helps her bake her black cake and everything. And then she pretty much expressed to him that she hopes that, he teaches his kids how to bake this cake because it's part of the family tradition and everything. So they have a little cute little heart type of Philly family moment. So next thing you know, we go back to the new present. And now we got the three siblings together in the kitchen. So I guess the mother, she baked this black cake and she wanted them to have it on the day, I guess, of her funeral or down the line when everybody came together. So they took the cake out the refrigerator. They cut the cake because they thought they was about to eat some black cake. And when they cut the cake, it's this jar in the middle of the cake. And they like, what the fuck is this? So next you know, they open a jar and it's a picture of their mom when she was younger with her Island Boy and her good Judy, her friend. So they are like, why she had this in here? So they turned the photo around and they saw the name of the person because it's like, who's the girl? Like, what's her name? So they read the back of the photo and they found out her name was, Dominique, something. That girl, her good Judy. I'm just gonna call her good Judy. So next, the sister RC started googling up her best friend's name to find out her best friend ended up becoming a famous swimmer as years went by and stuff, and won a whole bunch of medals and all types of stuff to the point that she became famous, wrote books. I mean, she pretty much made it. They always thought growing up that she was so obsessed with the swimmer because, she's repping Jamaica. She's from Jamaica. So they thought, you showing your town, where you come from, some love. Well, little did they know that famous swimmer that she was watching was her good Judy. Child, the mother is giving me Inspector Gadget. She got them around this motherfucker like they Scooby-Doo in the mystery game. Like, this how the older generation be. Like, they got so many secrets. It feel like you in a chamber of secrets when you start unraveling their past lives and go deeper and deeper and find out who you are and who you connected to. Because the mother got secrets to go on and on and on. So, yeah, this should be interesting. So, next thing you know, they go find, Coffee's good Judy friend that was having a book signing, right? So they go find her and they show her the picture and everything. So next they go out to dinner. They go get some brunch. So when they sitting down talking, the friend is just like, wow, like, why she didn't contact me? Like, it's been 50 something years. She didn't contact me. Like, this is just odd. And so Arcee get to talking to her. She's like, she feels like what happened to Little Man. Remember, Little Man was who Coffee's supposed to marry in Jamaica a long time ago, but then he ended up being poisoned. She was all like, listen, if your mother didn't say it in the tape, I ain't got nothing to tell you hoes. Okay, first of all, this lady, it's hard getting stuff out of older people. So then Arcee puts the stuff on the table, this recording. She said, why don't you come over to the house and we can listen to the recording? And the friend is all like, listen, I did 1 billion years of therapy and intense therapy to forget about your fucking mama, my first crush. And I don't want to deal with the bullshit. So next thing you know, she gets up and she's being a sneaky old lady that she is, takes the recording thing without the kids even noticing and stuff, right? And she just walks off. And then the kids are brainstorming like, damn, like we need to find out who killed Little Fingers. Like we need to find out this and that. Like Artsy just start getting hot. She like, we need to find out what's going on. We might need to go to Jamaica after the funeral and all types of stuff. And I said, Artsy saw at me. While Byron's is like, well, I'm gonna say Mr. Boundaries is all like, girl, bye. Like it's so much stuff to unravel that I don't feel like I care to even know. Cause it's like this is a lot. So yeah. The mother, first of all, if they do have a season 2, the mother got, first of all, they're gonna fool around me traveling all over the damn globe because the mama is the chamber of secrets. She got so many secrets, it's so goddamn real. It's like, okay, mama, like we're gonna have to dedicate a whole fucking 5 years to find out what's going on in your past about our family and all types of stuff. Honestly, Black Cake family reminds me of my family. I feel like if I dig back into my family history, I damn sure know I'll be traveling all around this globe. For real, for real. And first of all, my family don't even talk. They like Secret Service. You ask them a common question that they should be able to tell you, and they looking at you like, who want to know? Like, I'm related to you. I want to know for me. Like, we family. But yeah, Black Cake does really make me think about my family sometimes. Now we going back in time. So when we go back in time, we are seeing Coffee talk to her good Judy and how Coffee's expressing to her how she don't want to marry little man, toxic, flame looking ass face motherfucker, and how her friend is trying to comfort her in this moment of sadness. And Coffee tells her friend, like, listen, my life is fucked up. You're going to go off to be a famous swimmer, and please keep pushing your dreams of being a swimmer. So she's expressing to her all this stuff because Coffee's depressed. So after she get done talking to her friend and everything, her good Judy goes and pull up on Island Boy. So she buzzes in his room and she's like, why you haven't saw Coffee? Why are you acting funny? I thought you loved her. Like, you're going to sit here and not do anything? He was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want little man to kill me. So what I'm seeing is Miss Judy ain't the one in the 2, and she was a writer for Coffee, and that's why we like Miss Judy. So next thing you know, we going back, and now we back in the time that we need to be back in. And ancient grandma pulls up on Byron at the funeral. So today is funeral day for Eleanor, which is Coffee, which we know. So she pulls up and Byron's talking and she's like, yeah, I saw you, Mr. Boundaries. You cuss those people out like da-da-da-da. So he's all like, so he trying to get his woman back. He trying to get ancient grandma back. So Mr. Boundaries pretty much like, listen, I want to get back together. So ancient grandma turns around and she tells him she's pregnant with dust. And he was like, what? You're going to have a baby? And he was all like, yeah. She's like, I'm pregnant. I found out, da-da-da. So his face is lining up and all types of stuff. So ancient grandma tells him, but I don't know if I want to have a kid. Bitch, you was too late in the game for this bullshit. So then Mr. Boundaries get mad. Because now he went from, he ain't Mr. Nice Guy no more. He Mr. Boundary. He ain't putting up with the bull-ish. He not putting up with the bullshit. So then, Miss Girl, so he looking at her like, what are you talking about? You don't want to have no damn kids. He said, so this whole time we been together for some amount of years, we was just playing hooky, we was playing house. And she said, I just don't know. It's like, ain't your grandma, get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. No, and I was Mr. Boundaries at that moment. I'm like, bitch, you ain't walking to the funeral either. My mama didn't like your old haggard ass any motherfucking way. You could take you and your dust balls somewhere else, you raggedy bitch. That would have pissed me off. And then you gonna come there, make it seem like you're a piece of shit. Like, go on somewhere. You say you don't want to keep the kid. Why the fuck you come here and tell me this shit? You ain't gonna want to keep the fucking kid. Like, get the fuck on. Stop. Like, you being a messy hag. You're being a messy hag, and nobody wants a messy hag for a baby mama. So next thing you know, we go to so Mr. Boundary, he fool around going to the funeral home, tell his other sister, hey, I'm fucking leaving. I ain't gonna be here. I'm tired of the bullshits and the lies. So next you know, we go to the sisters, and they having a little convo for a little bit, and the one sister that's more like Coffee than any other siblings, because she's a chamber of secrets, her motherfucker sucker. She telling the sister how she wasn't allowed to go to her baby daddy's funeral because his family banned her from going at the time while she was pregnant with the son. And RC asked her, like, Karen Mulatto, why was you not allowed to go to the funeral and you a child? Like, why did they ban you? Oh, that's a long story for another motherfucking day in my chamber of secrets. Like, girl, why bring it up if you ain't gonna tell me what's going on? So then after that scene, the funeral's getting ready to start, and Eleanor, aka Coffee's boo thing, gets on there. The lawyer, he talks about how he was about to read his whole, log, the bullshit to be reading at the funerals and stuff. But he ended up citing to change the speech, and he starts speaking from the heart. And he was just talking about how he gonna miss her, the basics. And then the one thing that stood out to me is when he said, Eleanor always told him, Coffee always told him, it's three things people look at when you're gone. They look at your family history, you look at yourself, they look at you, right? You look at yourself. It's three things you kind of live with. You look at your family history, you look at yourself, how you perceive and accept yourself, how you see yourself in the world, and how people see you, or how people are affected by your presence, or what role do you play in other people's life and how they see you. And I was like, that is right, because you do have, as an individual in this lifetime, you do have those three factors about you. You have your family history, right? Who you come from, who your people, who's your tribe. And then you have yourself, how you see yourself. Who are you for your own type of, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How are you that man in the mirror to yourself? And then you have, what role do you play, or what type of cause and effect do you bring to people's lives? Or like, when you have children, what cause and effect do you bring to them? When you have friends, when you have lovers, when you have colleagues, when you have these different people that you meet out in the world, as time passes by, as you developing your character and everything on this, planet. So I thought that was kind of interesting when he brought that up. But yeah, we go to Miss Judy sees Mr. Bouncy walking down the street, and she follows him, right? So he's sitting at the beach looking at the water and everything. So she sits down, and they having a heart-to-heart moment, and they realize that they both find out they never really got to grieve in the proper way. Like, Judy found out that Coffee was dead by the news ad a long time ago on the train. So for those many years, she said she just buried it away. She didn't think about it. She never dealt with it. She just buried it away like it never happened. For Byron, Mr. Boundaries, he is grieving that he felt like he didn't know his mother. He felt like he didn't know nobody, honestly. He felt like everybody played him. They fooled him. They put the wool over his eyes. And he upset about that. He already pissed off because ancient grandma came with bullshit, telling him she don't want to keep a kid. And on top of that, his mother, that he felt like he was, a little good boy to, she didn't tell him nothing until the day she died. Mind you, I didn't know she died 9 days ago. Like, damn. Like, it's been 9 days ago that this lady literally passed. And he just felt like, he planned the funeral there, all this type of stuff. He just feels so played, and he just feels really bad. So they get to talking, and Miss Judy says, why don't we do a night-night ritual? So I guess a night-night ritual in the Caribbean culture is like a ritual when they believe in the Biden spirit and the dove, but I guess it's a shadow side, right? So with the Biden spirit, they felt like you got to first you eat, you celebrate them, then you go in the back and you burn these tokens or something like that. You have a big bonfire and you burn stuff as a symbolism of releasing the people that are deceased or dead, passed on, like Coffee and Island Boy, from like their regrets, their fears and everything, because they do this so none of the dark stuff or the shadowy stuff will linger on and passed down to the next generation or around the family, which would bring them bad luck. Which I'm like, shit, goddamn it, a lot of people need to go do that ritual. So, and honestly, this family right now need to do the night-night ritual. So they end up going back to the crib. They made all this good food, and pretty much good Judy explained them what to do for this ritual. And I guess this ritual is going to help all of them because they never really got to really grieve her properly. Child, so we at this dinner, and pretty much we got the elder in the house, Miss Judy, and everybody's talking, and she telling the kids about their mother's fantastic, all the good stuff, right? So next everybody else start talking, and emotions start getting thrown out there, and a lot of them at the table have secrets. And after I just told you about that ritual, the night ritual, which is dealing with getting away the shadow side and burning in and stuff, and not carrying to the point that you pass it down to the next descendants. So everybody kind of came together and realized that they all got this shadow side that they are what's weighing them down. Like you have Karen, not Karen, yeah, Karen Mulatto. She keeps on holding a secret about her son's birth father and how it's literally weighing her down. Like it's really weighing her down. It's making her stay up all night. She's stressed about it. That's an evil spirit. You got Artsy over here with her just being a noxious artsy person. She's his evil spirit. And then you got Mr. Boundaries dealing with people trying him because he Mr. Nice Guy. So now he got to build these different boundaries and people still trying to try him. And you have the mother's friend, Miss Judy over here, Coffee's Good Judy, that has that secret about what happened to little man that night of his murder, of him getting poisoned. And it involved her and Coffee and Island Boy. So it's getting, I don't think Miss Mel's met Island Boy like she said she met Island Boy. This is a lot. But yeah, so now they about to go into the backstory about what really happened to little man. The idea that they take all that negative vibes, all that negative energy, and they throw it in fire because fire is good. But yeah, we about to get into who killed motherfucking Little Fingers, bitch. They should call him Little Man. No, Little Fingers said Little Man because he was not little. But who killed that motherfucker? So it's like we really cared on. Child, we solved the mystery. So this is how Little Man died. So we going back in time again. We back in time, y'all. So next thing you know, the Coffee's Good Judy was looking for Coffee to give her address. She bumps into Pearl, which is Coffee's mother's best friend. Pearl has this whole idea how she gonna first of all, she the one that made the poison. And she had this whole idea that she was gonna put it in the cake or some shit like that. And she was gonna she did get what's name a ticket to go to London for Coffee to run. So next, they trying to figure out what to do to get Coffee out the situation. So that was Pearl's idea, to poison motherfucker with cake or something like that, right? But early in the episode, remember, she went to Island Boy. And Island Boy, is nothing that he could do. He feel like he's gonna be killed. And like the friend said, in those times you thought man can come and save the day because man are supposed to be He-Man. But it's nothing that Island Boy could really fucking do. So then it's the wedding day. They played it off. Pearl and her pretty much told her, listen, we can't tell her none of this plan. We gotta play it off. So mind you, with the poison that Pearl made, at the beginning of the episode when Coffee was born, it was his fruit hanging from a tree. And she was going to take it. And Coffee's mother, Matilda, was like, don't grab it. That's the wrong fruit. That's the poison fruit. Poison fruit. Look at it. Look at the detail. So years later, that poison fruit came in handy. So Coffee's friend, Miss Judy, ended up finding the poison. So the poison in the kitchen. So Coffee's friend is just freaking out. She looking at her friend, is just fucking her up. So she goes, takes the poison from the kitchen, takes his glass of wine, and she dips it in the cup, and she stirs it up in the bathroom, and she walks back outside in the venue, and then she has his cake and she has the wine. She switch out little man's wine with the poison wine, and she start drinking the other wine. But they not thinking that this little girl gonna take out this grown man. She is gonna be the one to, outdo this old man, kill him. So she drinking it, acting like she's innocent. Like she said, it was no cameras back then. And if you look innocent, they believe you innocent. Little man drinks the poison wine, and then that's how all this stuff happens. So now we're going back to the kitchen table, present time. And she pretty much told him, for years she held that secret. She never told anybody but Pearl. And when she told Pearl and stuff, it's to eat her up because she felt like that she made the wrong decision, and then she realized that maybe that's why Coffee stayed distance from her to keep her safe. And she said it feels good being able to tell what really happened that night, because now looking at y'all and stuff, I made the right decision. She ended up having a family. She did go through hell and hot water, but she ended up having a family, and she ended up having some type of light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, it's a lot going on. It's some murder mystery vibes with this show. But so time to wrap up Black Cake season finale. So pretty much all the kids move forward in their own different ways. Artsy goes back to doing her music and posting online. Byron, Mr. Boundaries, goes forward with suing the fuck out that company he was working with. And Karen / Mulatto goes back to London, and she end up listening to some more of the tape that the mother left for her. And now it's kind of shows that she's going to end up tell her daughter the name of the predator that sexually assaulted her, because he's her, father, Karen Mulatto's father. So yeah, that is it for season 1, episode 8, Black Cake. I really love doing this review on the show. I would love to see season 2, if they bring a season 2. And there's so much deep dive we can do with a lot of these characters and what is their next steps for them, and find out all this information and having all these different changes happen to them in their life, getting all these different details about them as a person and who they come from. So yeah, this is it for Black Cake Review. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and I might post a video giving my prediction for season 2 of Black Cake and what they might, do or bring to the season, or, just to play around my prediction and everything. But yeah, that is it for this review. I hope y'all like my review, and that is it. Bye.